Okay, it's 4 o'clock, Wednesday, September 7th, 2022. We're going to start the Town of Sangerville Select Board meeting, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 2, approval of the minutes, Select Board meeting 8/17/2022.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
All in favor? We're all three in favor. Items 3, review of treasurer's warrants, payroll 71, 74, 76, accounts payable 70, 72, 73, and 75.
Make a motion approving B is read.
Second.
All in favor? All three. Open session? We have a guest. Did you want to speak?
Yes, please.
All right.
Thank you for having me. John Ortano, Two Nights Brewing Company, up the road here in McFeeters, on McFeeters. We would like to upgrade our liquor license so we can serve Maine-made spirits and wines, in addition to the beer I make on site. To do that, I need to upgrade my liquor license through the state, and they require your signatures here on this page before I submit the application. So if you guys are willing, I would love to have your signatures. You guys have any questions or anything?
I understand it's moving along.
Yeah,
Same-
it's been going really well.
Good for you guys.
And I think adding wine and spirits from Maine, we want to serve, I don't know if you've been to Mossy Ledge in Etna.
No.
Very good stuff. There's a winery right in Dexter that makes pretty good stuff. I have not tried that yet, but I heard it's pretty good. I'd like to get them in there. Dragonfly, everybody I think has had Dragonfly.
Yep.
I'd like to have their stuff there. And then I just had a little sip of a whiskey from Portland. Can't remember the name of it now, but
Is it gunpowder?
no, it's called, I think it's Liquid Riot is the name of the company in the Old Port, and it's Old Port whiskey. It was actually quite good. So things like that. We'd like to have a little bit of samples of things like that for people to try that don't like beer, just to give them another option. Yeah, exactly. So,
I went up for lunch and just to support them, but I'm not a beer drinker. So,
right. A lot of people that don't drink beer, they come in and they'll try the flight, the plank, like you said, and they'll usually find one, they're like, wow, that's not bad. So,
And do you serve anything that's non-alcohol?
just soda and water, yeah. So,
I mean, nothing.
Your license, although your intention is to serve Maine liquors, it
Yes.
wouldn't exclude you from serving others, would it?
no, it wouldn't, but that's the route we're gonna take.
Sure.
Yeah, just to be different. We don't wanna be another bar. I mean, we close at 8 o'clock anyway, so it would be nice to have just Maine-made stuff there. And that's kind of the niche. Like I'm transitioning all of the malts I'm using in my beer, I'm starting to get from Blue Hawks Malt down in Lisbon, and they get all their barley from the county. So trying to get all Maine-made stuff. So,
Where do we stand ordinance-wise? Is there anything that we need to be?
No.
It's all up to us.
No, it's all up to us.
yeah.
I have no problem with it. All
I do not.
right, I make a motion that we sign his application.
Second.
Okay,
Thank you.
we're all in favor.
Yeah, right in that area there. Print and sign, yep.
Okay.
Or sign and print, I can't remember which one it's in.
Yeah, sign and print. Okay, so. And what are your hours?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday from 4 to 8, Saturday from noon to 8, and then Sunday 2 to 6. Short little window, but
Right.
we get a lot of business in that short little time.
That's great.
Yeah, it's been great. Probably with this expansion and this also comes along with, we have to improve our kitchen menu, our food menu
Oh.
to do this. It's quite expensive, it was like $1,500 for the year to have this liquor license, but I think it'll be well worth it. We'll have a larger menu. Right now, we just serve, our smoked wings are very good. The meatball is very good. The pulled pork we make is excellent. We do everything on a smoker right there on site. Everything's homemade. We use our homemade rubs, homemade sauces, homemade beer cheese. We get all the meat from Herring Brothers. So it's like, we try to keep everything local, and we try to make everything fresh, either that day or for that weekend. So that way it's-
Fantastic. I haven't been there yet.
We stopped up a few weeks ago, 4 of us, we all had something different just to try it. I mean,
Yep.
everybody, no complaints, it was very good food.
Thank you.
Well, good luck.
Yes,
very much.
good luck.
Thank
Am I
you.
good to go here?
Yes, you are.
you
Yep.
are.
Great. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank
Too.
you, John.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Item 5, old business, I don't see anything there. Item 6, new business, I don't see anything there.
No, this
Okay.
should have been.
Item 7, town manager report.
So I just want, we sent out 12 45-day foreclosure notices. They were mailed on August 26th for the 2020 taxes, so.
Did you say 12 of them?
12 of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, 45
Is
days.
that, how's that compared?
The year, for 2019, there was 17, so
Okay.
it's going down.
Yep,
And then we were approved to move the elections to Grace Bible Community Room at 40 Dairy Hill Road. And just note, the election is November 8th, not the 7th. on
Okay, so that's a
Tuesday.
correction to our
Yes.
agenda.
Yes, a correction to the agenda. I checked, the sign is correct,
Okay.
so.
I'm just curious, of the 12 that are 45 days this year, were those 12 part of the 17 last year?
Yes.
it's kind of a
yeah,
routine.
It's
No,
the
that's what I
routine,
was-
yes, and, yes, and these 12 usually will pay as well.
Grace Bible, did we, reach an agreement on some sort of compensation with them?
I'm working on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Anything else along that? Are your election pieces in that you had ordered yet, or the,
They are not, they were on back order, but I'll have them by the end of September, beginning of October. So we'll have them in time for the election.
okay,
And everything's done in time for them for anything that we receive now from elections, we'll have the correct address on it as where the election will be, so.
what, other than the website, what sort of notification are you thinking about?
Well, I've posted, there is at the post office in the 2 stores, and I even posted as well at the community center on Oaks Manor. So
Okay.
to let them know as well, because I know a lot of them probably don't have computers. And it's also on Facebook and it's on our website.
Okay, I told anybody that I know
Yeah.
that tends to talk, so.
Right. So, and it is Tuesday, November 8th.
Tuesday,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
always
Tuesday.
it's always Tuesday.
Okay, anything else on that from anybody? Road commissioners report?
So the roadside mowing was completed, it's all done, I saw what he's done, it looked like a good job to me, so,
You missed Anderson.
he missed Anderson. Okay.
I did, the sickle, it's a totally different piece of equipment than we had last year.
Right.
Who did it? I thought our other guy was doing it. I didn't realize he couldn't do it.
No, he got done,
So,
So this guy a lot cheaper?
yeah, he's the only one I can find, trust me, municipalities are having a hard time finding anyone to do roadside mowing.
I was gonna mention that I was discouraged that we were nearly into September and we hadn't mowed lawns yet. But as I drove through Exeter and Stetson, and there's a lot of unmowed grass.
There's a lot.
Roadside.
It's
Roadside
really-
is, yeah.
And one of my selectmen's concerns is we have a quote on crack sealing. And I have spoken to him, I called him, because my concern was that, I think what that road needed was something more substantial than crack, although crack sealing probably, we could do it. What it really needs is patching. When I spoke to him, he said anything over a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch in width is not suitable for this. I thought he was gonna come and, I offered to take him out, cause I told him I lived on that road, but he never did follow up with me, so.
No, and I have spoke with another person, and we're playing phone tag right now from another, that I think may work better for us.
Okay, I also noticed, cause now I'm, look, how many years ago did we did we pave on the eastern side of Brockway Mills going up towards Halls? And that was, what, 3 years ago? 4? 2?
Yeah.
Did you see how badly cracked that is? Now that should have crack sealing. So there probably is a place, we probably could invest in crack sealing.
Right.
But they're two different,
Right.
applications.
There's definitely some that, especially some of that center line I noticed on French's Mills is, it's gonna take more than,
Yeah, it's as wide as a
You're
boot.
gonna have to
Yeah.
get, like Seth or somebody, a contractor. with a
I
dump
think,
truck inside.
Thibodeau, I think he understood, he said I would use, I'd get a load of hot asphalt, cause you can still get it. And probably a couple men with a vibrating, you could do a good job, you could improve the situation, but finding somebody is gonna be the challenge, is my guess. Cause I noticed that our project on the Silver Mills Road is moving.
yes, and I just got back from vacation
Slowly.
and I reached out to them because it was supposed to be further along. It's gonna happen tomorrow. Roller had taken longer than they anticipated on,
Cause I just drove through there, I haven't been through in a month.
no, I just drove through before I came back here from
It
vacation.
doesn't look like anything happened this
And
week.
They don't even have the
no.
ditching done yet.
No. And if even I know that in the process, but if they could scuff up those, I
They
mean,
gotta fix 'em.
those are horrendous, those potholes.
Oh,
In fact, if they're not gonna fix them, we better be better at marking them. I mean,
Well, I thought, we talked about this earlier and asked him to go out and fix them and keep them fixed. Through the
yeah,
project.
he's out there
yeah.
hopefully
So-
every day or so.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
They don't need material, they just, I mean, all he did last time, he didn't put any material in them. He went over there with a skid steer and cut the high out and put it in the low.
Whatever he does,
Yeah.
and we're happy to pay for it, it just needs to be done.
yeah, I'll reach out, yeah.
Also, the question about, I know that you had reached out to Roundy's with regard to the, what is it, East Sangerville Road? Yeah. Any,
I reached out to them and Lisa responded and said they'd get back to me and they have not. And
Yeah.
I keep reaching and no one's returning my calls.
So that may require another letter. Because that definitely looks like, I think you mentioned temperature, it's something like that. Something was definitely wrong in
Well, I
that
think
first 100 or so yards.
I would guess the load of hot pad, when they got there, that probably the hot top was cold.
Probably you're
I
right.
don't believe it's the weather, I believe it's the actual
The
load.
material-
The
the
material
material was
itself
cold.
is too cold.
that they were putting down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why it didn't roll and compact right and-
Okay.
Cause I mean,
Yeah.
we've heard this before and I've heard all kinds of people complain, well, you're paving when it's too cold. Well, chemistry today is not what it was 40 years ago.
Right.
They've got all kinds of additives they can put in the material so
Right, to
that
keep it,
they can pave when it's down to, I mean, it was Bangor paved that one year super late, way after we did.
Did you
but
send her pictures?
It has to be the warm when it gets
Yes,
there.
Right,
yes,
right.
they do
Okay.
have those,
Right.
they do.
I mean, those pictures were really good.
And I even got a response that she received the pictures.
okay,
So that she was sending
okay.
them out there, but
We
they
just
haven't
need to pressure them
responded.
because they're gonna run out of season again.
Right.
Sure.
So,
Also, oh, are we still on the road?
yeah.
So I thought, I called a couple of companies about doing herbicide treatment, spraying the sides of the road. Just sides of the road where we have woods and then it comes up to the side of the road. Right, not on people's lawns or in front of people's homes or anything, because I know there's controversy. And so I've called 3 companies. I did speak with one company, and it turns out that they're just arborists. They don't do any spraying. And I also have a call into Brian Howard to see if he had any idea.
I just thought of it,
Yeah.
Jody, if you go on the state's website, cause I'm assuming these guys have to have a license.
Yes, yes.
You can, and I know I do this for work, you can go on the state's licensing website and you can select your category and you can actually see a list of everybody that has a license.
Okay,
And you can,
okay.
I do that because boiler operators are in such shortage I go on there quite frequently and look to see, ooh, is there anybody new in the area? Or
Who's
who may have a
licensed
license that may be looking for a job.
Okay,
But I'm wondering if you could do that same kind of thing, if you could, that'd give
Right.
you more contacts over the right people to call, because they do have it.
right, because most of the companies, I spoke to Chris Arno, who, he was the one that gave me all the names of companies that's perhaps would spray. They were all tree companies.
Yep.
Nobody calls you back.
No, they don't.
So, but I will do that, and, I'm just sort of trying to just do the research as to whether that's something that we can do. Our town does not have a spraying ordinance, which means we can spray. And typically with regard to the state is, people can opt out. So let's say you don't want us spraying when we go past your dooryard. You would have to fill out a form but we can spray as a town.
But when you do that, though, I would be responsible for maintaining my property.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Right,
Correct.
you'd have to clear the brush.
Sure,
That's
that's what I
right.
mean.
Yep.
It's okay for you to say, no, I don't want you to spray, but you're also absorbing the
bring it-
liability of maintaining it.
Which
Right.
sounds great, but then you're back into enforcing something.
Enforcement,
100%.
yeah,
I mean, so ideally,
right,
I bet most of it you'll be able to spray.
right.
Well, I think when people understand that part of it.
Yeah,
Right, that they would have to keep it up to the
Yeah.
level of what we're hoping to achieve. So I'm not, once
Oh,
I,
by all means, that's fine.
once I find out, but I figured I would take it off your plate just to do a little legwork, to see where we could get with it. So I'm still working on that. And I feel your pain as far as trying to get any responses. It's unreal. So I'm still plugging away on that.
okay. Anything more on roads?
So at this point, paving doesn't.
I say,
look-
what did Chris and Warren say? Do they think they're gonna be ready to pave this year, or are they basically saying that's not gonna happen?
They haven't really said, I mean, I'm kind of looking as.
It's looking like it's not gonna
gonna
happen. Right, but,
And we're also looking at a time of year where it's gonna be hard to find people to pay,
yeah.
maybe not, but
Yeah.
if I can get some people to return phone calls and
Right.
emails.
Is there a backup location for this? I mean, is there some place that we can pave? Can we shim and pave in town?
Sure.
I mean, we've got money
money.
allocated for asphalt.
I'd make some phone calls, see who's available.
Let's see if we can get some asphalt
Okay.
laid, and then we'll decide, we'll prioritize after that, but it's a shame not to.
Use
If
that
we can do
money.
Mill Street,
Yeah.
I'll do Mill Street. I mean, I'm just picking a street, I don't
Right.
know. We'll all go out and find the worst street
Actually,
and do
probably
it.
the person I'm talking with right now too for, doing some work on French's Mills might be the perfect company as well to do.
Might be,
Yeah.
even Roundy's, if they knew they were gonna do two
Right.
in-town streets,
Right.
while they're
Yeah.
here, they could fix,
I
Right,
think you
right.
got enough money to do most of in-town streets.
you probably do. But I don't wanna let the season go by,
Right,
because Silver's
right,
Mills
yeah,
isn't ready.
Yeah, cause we should do some,
Yes,
and we need to preserve some too.
We already did the mileage, you don't have that much,
No,
you don't have that much mileage in town, and you're not gonna put the same thickness of pavement in town as you would out of town.
not even close.
So I think by the time you get a price for what we should do, you probably can get most of in-town done in one shot,
But you can't,
so.
and that's a lot better than doing nothing,
correct, correct. And they-
particularly if you live on one of these in-town streets. So, okay, let's
Okay, let's do
make
that.
that a goal.
Okay,
Well, and I would find out from Chris and Warren, find out from the paving company, what's the deadline on them, when we can get them. This is the deadline on Silver's Mills.
okay.
If you can't hit it, we're paving in town.
Alright,
Yeah,
Right.
and we want the person, or the company that's gonna do this, to come look at these in-town streets.
Yes.
Then we can
absolutely.
commit, they're gonna get one or the other.
Right, okay.
It's
Absolutely.
X amount of money, period.
Correct. They're gonna get the work.
yep,
And whoever that is, I would get a number on repairing East Sangerville. If Roundy's doesn't step up to the plate on that, it's
Okay.
gotta be fixed, and they may end up getting a bill. So. Anything else on that? Okay, But we have a letter, I think it's probably best that we at least discuss this in executive session.
Yep.
So I'm gonna make a motion that we go into executive session under one MRSA 406, and I don't know the code, but there is a code specific to litigation, so that's my suggestion.
Second?
All in favor? It's 4:20 and we're now in executive session. Okay, we're coming back into session.
Okay, go ahead.
It's 4:33 and I make a motion that we come back into session.
Second?
We are now in session, no action taken regarding our executive session. Anything else?
Oh, are we doing select board concerns?
Yes, select board's concerns.
I have a question, there's a coat rack upstairs, a metal coat rack that I was wondering if I can buy. I'd be willing to pay.
I've seen it, it's like, it's made out of like iron pipe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, homemade type of thing, what, $20 or so?
I don't
Make a
care.
motion to approve to sell that. It looks it'd look better on the scrap metal pile, but
Okay,
I would second Dale's motion and I vote yes.
and I will remove it.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
But that does bring up another subject. I don't think we need to start this right away, but when once we've moved, we've got to start a conversation about liquidating, what the value of this building is, how we're gonna go about that process. Probably we're not gonna get very far in that until our next town meeting, but that's a conversation that's gotta happen.
Yeah. And we are still on track as far as our move, just so everybody, right?
Yep.
We are, absolutely, we're on
Just so
track.
everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
last week of September.
And we have a new employee that since our last
We
meeting.
do, yes, her name is Samantha Williams, she started last week and she's doing a great job, she'll be a good fit.
Good, I haven't met her
Good,
yet,
that's
but I'm
good
anxious
Oh,
news.
and
to.
actually, so, in case anybody's listening to the tape, I'm sure many people in Sangerville remember Red. That's Sammy's grandmother.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
She's local.
Yeah,
So,
yep.
Good,
Do
very good.
remember.
I noticed the dam, there's a big log across it. Have we had any more, nothing,
I've had no
response?
No response, no one's called, talk about the dam, nothing.
have you been able to reach that out or let email or anything, just so we can try to move forward what we're gonna do there?
I have not,
Okay. Once we get through the town office, we gotta,
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been in there again, but it looks like water's flowing over the top.
it did
so-
after that last rain.
Yeah, but it's surprisingly, a pretty big log came through there.
Oh, and broke the, and.
No, I just can see it
Oh,
hanging over the spillway.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
perched right on.
Half
Yep.
stuck.
Yeah,
Oh.
Now the good rain and it probably won't be there.
that's true, it'll be,
Okay.
on this side.
That's just what happens to it.
All right, anything else?
Just with regard to the dam, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, I mean, obviously, we're past the summer season now, boating season, but I was thinking, it probably is important to either fix it in the spring or in the fall, because, I mean, there's some people that come up and use that pond, there's a lot
I
of people
think
that.
if she reaches out to the people that I
Right,
sent her,
okay.
they're gonna tell you when you're gonna.
Okay,
I think,
okay.
I'm sure Dale's right. There's
Okay.
going to
And
be,
it has nothing to do.
It has to do with the fish, okay.
or, birds,
Yeah,
but it's not having anything to do
It's
with
nothing to do with you and
people
the
who
boat.
wanna go water skiing.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my guess, I don't know
It's
that.
gonna-
Okay, let me reach out tomorrow to that person.
They're gonna
gonna
say,
Yeah,
You're
you
gonna
know.
do it a certain way to make the best for all the wildlife habitat in that
okay,
watershed.
okay.
Let me
Okay.
read, I'll
And that's
reach out.
why I really think it's important that if we.
We know what that time frame is.
yeah, and there's also, you gotta remember, this, the refill. There's a certain time of year that if you did it, you might be sitting for weeks or even a few months before that refilled.
Right.
There are other times when the second you put the boards up, within
It's
a week,
gonna-
you're gonna be full.
Sure.
Right.
So,
Couple
but
of
we
those
don't know what
rains-
date that
Couple
is.
of them rains we just had, I got an idea, if you did it the week before, you'd
It-
be overflowing.
Yep,
Yep,
it would
yeah.
fill right up,
Yeah, because it's so shallow,
yeah.
And that watershed is huge.
it's enormous. But we don't know which end of the season that is.
Okay. So I did, just to circle back, if I may, to the roadside spraying. And I did get an update, so I might as well read it to us from Brian. So he said, I don't know of anyone locally that does roadside herbicide spraying. Typically, when a tree exceeds 4 inches 4 feet, in height, they need to be removed via a chainsaw or some type of mechanical mulching, then only can herbicide be applied to the fresh offshoots, which is what you would.
Yeah.
I would recommend Bob Moosman at MDOT, so Maine Department of Transportation, Roadside Vegetation. He may be able to point you in the right direction. Bob's number is, and I have that for you.
Okay.
So at least,
Yeah, sounds like we missed the window on the French's Mills Road.
yeah,
No, it'd be nice to catch it on Silver's Mills.
Yep,
I mean, before we end up the same.
yeah,
road.
cause we got alders on French's Mills Road now that are 10 feet tall.
right. But it might be a nice, I know a way to go.
Sure,
going
we gotta
forward.
figure it out.
When we
Right.
do this mulching, then to do that. Anyway, there's, oops.
But even at 10 feet,
Can you forward that right to me? Oh, sure.
could be what's spraying it, then it's gonna kill them, they can't regrow when you cut them, right?
Yeah, I don't know whether that's just kind of a philosophy he has, or if there's an actual law, but I can tell you that in the woods, spraying a 10-footer works,
Sure.
cause I do it, so.
Right, that's what I was thinking is, I understand what he's saying because of it's gonna die off if it's not a law, but.
What happens to mine is once they're dead and brittle, one snow season, they're on the ground.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
make a motion that we adjourn at 4:39.
Second?
All in favor?